Hey Wiley.
Hello.
Hello,
How
hello. Let's see.
you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Nice.
I just dropped off my parents at the SF airport because they're going to Vietnam tonight.
Oh,
Like a month or like
for
yeah, around a month.
vacation?
Yeah, vacation and Lunar New
Oh,
Year.
oh, I
Um,
see, I see.
I think someone in my family over there is getting married too, so they have a wedding there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of
Yeah.
things going on over there.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
I learned a lot like in this lecture or today's lecture. So
Oh yeah, there's a
I
lot
I
that
don't even I don't even know if you learn it in 118B.
one is in B. What is it on?
Okay, we learned like Jones and PCC. We also learned Swern oxidation and DMP. I don't know if you
Oh yeah, Sworn and DMP. We did not
yeah.
learn anybody's in B. Hey Elysia, how are
Oh, is
you?
that like a 118C thing or
No, no, no. It's not been a one in scene series thing, like the Sworn and
Oh, is that
DMP
like
thing.
a oh
Like it's a different outcome topic that the 118 series doesn't teach at all.
Oh,
Like
I see, I see.
DMP. But I have heard of those reagents before, but I'm not too familiar with that.
Oh,
Like
okay,
reagents.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I have to know the mech for Sworn, which is
Well,
like
the next first Sworn. Can you send me it on the Discord?
yeah.
We can check it out.
It's what Professor Beal taught.
Yeah.
Where's my opening it.
Yeah. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, Elysia.
Oh, I think it's not working.
Discord?
No, my computer's glitching.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
glitching.
It's
Let's
not
see.
letting me click. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, like both the Sworn and DMP are supposed to be like safer ways of like alternatives
Oxidation.
to Jones. Yeah.
Jones. Yeah, Jones is a
Like
strong
bad.
oxidizing agent. It's
Yeah.
dangerous. Yeah.
All right, I sent you it.
Okay. Let me
I think I have to know this mech, so
let me see. Let me see. Let me import sworn oxidation. Okay. Let's walk through this mechanism together.
oh yeah, it stops at the aldehyde.
Mm-hmm.
What do
Right.
you call this? Yeah.
So here, sworn oxidation, these are the reagents. There's two steps. First step is
Yeah.
the carbonyl with two chlorines attached to it like that with DMSO aprotic solvent. The second step is triethylamine or T,
Uh-huh.
which is a base to like clean up the reaction. You could think of it like that. In the alcohol, we have a primary alcohol, and we are converting that primary alcohol into an aldehyde. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
PCC. Like PCC would do the same thing, but let's look at the mechanism of this
Oh,
reaction.
I think you're the first reagent. It's supposed to be two carbons.
Oh, two carbon. Oh, wait, wait.
COCl2, like all on two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I drew in it's called an oxalochloride.
Oxalochloride. This
Yeah.
is oxalochloride. Let me see. Something like this.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. So two acyl halides. An acyl halide is a carbonyl with
Yeah,
halogen.
yeah,
Yeah,
acetylhalide. Yeah.
right. Mhm. So the initial step, formation of chlorosulfonium salt. This is the oxalochloride
Yeah.
reacting with
DMSO.
DMSO, a product solvent, to give us.
That yeah, I think our professor was like, "Oh, you don't need to know the mech for that, but you need to
Oh,
know your
really?
mech for like all the stuff after."
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So we don't need to know where the mech for this. You just
Yeah,
need to know
it's
this,
just like
right?
an intermediate.
Yep, intermediate oxalochloride, DMSO, followed by primary alcohol. This is nucleophilic. This is
Yeah.
electrophilic. So attack new bond right here.
Hmm.
Second step, triethylamine is going to deprotonate this one of the CH3s here to give that carbon a negative charge,
Hmm.
and then that's going to act as a base, which is going to deprotonate this alpha hydrogen to the oxygen, make a double bond
Yeah.
here, and kick out that leaving group. So think of it like a E2-like mechanism.
E2 like Hoffman, right?
Yeah, like
Okay. But
um
kind of ish?
kind of.
Kind of.
It's like yeah, Hoffman, right.
Hoffman?
Because we're
Okay.
making the less stable alkene here. If it's tight stuff, then we would make the alkene here. But
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
make the alkene here anyway because there's no leaving group here. Like there's no good leaving group here. But this is a good
Uh-huh.
leaving group right here.
I see.
Right. So when we grab that hydrogen, make a double bond here, we can kick off this good leaving group, which is going to give us this
Dimethyl sulfide,
dimethyl
I
sulfide.
think. Yeah.
Right. And our aldehyde right here. Right. So
Okay.
um just like keep writing this mechanism. Wait, oh, you get a note card anyway, right? Like you could just put this in.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't get a note card. There's no note card for Rio.
No, I have to like memorize.
Oh yeah. So just
Uh,
keep writing it down. Keep telling yourself like what happened to each step, and
okay,
then
okay.
keep
I
doing
think
that. You don't need to look at the notes anymore. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Hoffman, okay.
Yeah. Sorin oxidation.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we just learned about Jones and PCC and then the safer methods
Safer
for
methods.
yeah,
Yeah, oxidation, right? It's because I think this
oxidation of
class
alcohols.
is more lab heavy. Like the 128 series is more
Yeah,
lab
yeah.
2018. So that's why like you're learning the more safe options,
Uh-huh.
safe routes. Mhm. Okay. Let's see. Elysia, did you have any questions or problems you want us to go over today?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Um, I mean, I guess more reactions
More
or
reactions.
yeah, more of I mean, I'm kind of working ahead because I'm
Mm-hmm.
part of the co-class,
Yeah.
but we're going over like nucleophilic competition and like that. I think like it's kind of like epoxide ring.
Yeah. Like let's say we have uh this alkene and we react it with Br2. If you have no nucleophilic competition, you would have an aprotic solvent like CCl4. But if you want to look at the nucleophilic option reactions, there's two of them. And that's when you use a protic solvent like water, H2O, or alcohol, ROH, where R is any random hydrocarbon chain. But before we go over the nucleophilic um, competition reactions, let's go over the one without a nucleophilic competition, the one with the aprotic solvent, CCl4. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that
So
similar to halogenation with alkenes or is that different?
yeah, this is halogenation of alkenes. This would be halogenation of alkenes.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's different mechanisms that go with this, but I'm gonna check how Helix does the mechanism so I can teach you the way that Helix teaches this reaction here.
Okay.
Alkene isomerization. Right here. Yeah, okay. He does it this way too. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we know alkenes are nucleophilic because they are electron rich. There's a lot of electrons in that double bond region. I'm going to draw out the Br2 like this, where imagine one of the carbons of the alkene is going to attack that bromine, kicking off the other bromine as a leaving group. And at the same time, as this bromine here is gaining electrons and this alkene here is losing electrons, this bromine is becoming nucleophilic, this alkene is becoming electrophilic. So the bromine here is going to attack the other carbon of the alkene at the same time. Right? So these three arrows happen simultaneously in the first step of the mechanism. One carbon of the alkene attacks the bromine, the other bromine gets kicked off, and then the bromine being attacked attacks the other side of the alkene like that. Right. And this is going to give like an epoxide like ring, but this is called a bromonium ion. If you use bromine as a bromonium ion, and they would both have to be wedges or dashes. In this case, I'm drawing them as both wedges. That makes this methyl group here forced to become a dash like that. Right.
Okay.
So now once we have this, the Br minus that we kicked out earlier can come in, and it doesn't matter which carbon they attack because they're going to give us the same kind of answer anyway. But let's say we attack this carbon right here and kick off that leaving group right there. Right. When we do that, think of that as an SN2 like mechanism where the bond that we are kicking off is going to be inverted. So since we're kicking off a wedge bond, that wedge bond is going to be inverted to a dash bond bromine, right? And this bromine here is that bromine right there. Right. The blue bromine that I just highlighted is still on the wedge on that carbon right there. Right.
Oh, so it's still there.
Yes.
So how does it like kick it off on that left step?
Like how does this bond get kicked off right there?
Yeah, but then still like does it just flips?
Yeah, it gets kicked off of this carbon, but this bromine here is still attached to this carbon right here with a wedge bond like that.
Oh, okay.
Right. So before, this bromine here is attached to two carbons at the same time, this carbon and this carbon right here. But as we attack this carbon here, breaking the octet row, we have to kick off that leaving group. So we're breaking this bond right here. So that bond is no longer there. But this bond here in circle is still there. That wedge bond is still there.
Okay, that makes sense.
And nothing touches that bond, so we don't invert it. But notice how we kicked out this wedge bond and we made this new bond. That new bond is the inversion of the bond that we broke. The inversion of this wedge right here.
Right. And that was similar to an epoxide ring where you were like saying something where you attack the bond that is getting detached. Or like yeah, or something like that. I remember you saying
Yeah. This
that.
is exactly like the epoxide mechanism. When you attack and break in the epoxide, it would always invert that stereochemistry of the bond that breaks off. Right. But instead of epoxide, it's gonna be a bromonium ion if you have bromine, chloronium ion if you use chlorine. Right. And what I'm gonna say here is that we can also have this combination as well. Oh shoot, which is a racemic mixture, racemic mix. But you're gonna see that Helix likes to use the symbol a lot, parentheses plus minus, to show that there's
it's
an antimer.
racemic.
Racemic,
Yeah.
right? Because I chose the bromonium ion to have a wedge and the methyl here to be a dash, but it could have been the other way around. The bromonium could have been a dash and the methyl could have been a wedged, giving this product here instead. Right. Okay. So that was the one without a nucleophilic competition. Let's now look at a nucleophilic competition. Let's focus on the Br2 in water first, and then we'll do the alcohol after. So for the Br2 and water, the same first step of the mechanism is the same, right? The alkene here is going to attack that one bromine, kick off the leaving group, and at the same time, the bromine being attacked is going to attack the other carbon of the alkene like that. That's going to give us this bromonium ion, which I'm going to just choose wedge again, making this methyl a dash. But this bromine here will have a positive charge. When you draw the mechanism, make sure to include that formal charge of +1, right? Because it would have two pairs of electrons and two bonds. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons to itself. But wait, wait, formal charge is like, oh yes, it was 7 electrons because it's at the 7th group. So 7 minus 6, positive 1. So that's why it has a positive 1 formal charge with 2 bonds and 2 pairs of electrons. Right. Now, we have Br minus floating around and water floating around. A lot of people would expect the Br minus here to be the stronger nucleophile because it has a full negative charge, whereas water is neutral. Right. But in this case, think of the Br minus as being in 1 equivalent because we just kicked off 1 bromine ion. But water here, there's like millions of them around in the environment. Excess amount. So this excess amount of water would overpower this 1 equivalent of bromine minus right there. Right.
Okay.
Another reason that you can think about why water would like, these are the competition of nucleophiles here. You could either use Br minus as a nucleophile, or you could use either water as a nucleophile. Water would win because there's a lot more water than bromine minus. Another reason that you could think about it is that the electronegativity of bromine is so high that it stabilizes this negative charge, and if it's stable, it is less reactive, right? So it's not as a strong nucleophile. And since oxygen is less electronegative, it is less happy, so it would be more reactive. So there's multiple ways you could think about it, but a competition between Br minus and water nucleophile, water would win as a nucleophile. Right.
Okay.
So now, do you remember epoxide opening in acidic versus basic conditions and the differences between them? Like what side you attack?
Isn't the one that it's acidic is the less substituted?
Other way.
Or
Is it?
yeah, more
More
substituted.
substituted. Right. The basic one would be less substituted. Acidic would be more substituted. So think of this as an acidic conditions. If this is an acidic conditions, which carbon would be attacked?
The left side.
Yes, the left side, which is going to attack this carbon here and kick off that, leaving it bromine, and give us this new molecule here, where this bromine here is still attached to that carbon with a wedge. This is the water that attacked that carbon with that positive charge still. And this dash methyl here is going to be inverted into a wedge methyl like that. Where the final step here is just to clean up the positive charge by bringing in another equivalent of water as a base to grab that hydrogen and give that oxygen a pair of electrons, right? Neutralize or deprotonate it.
Right.
To make it neutral. And we would have alcohol right there, and the wedge bond right there, and plus minus for racemic. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I have this alkene right here, and I react it with Cl2, CH3, CH2, describe to me what the mechanism would look like here. It's okay if you guess, but what do you think is gonna happen first?
The alkene bond is gonna break and go to one of the Cls. And then it's gonna kick off the other Cl, and then the chlorine is on the left is going to we said that because it's nucleophilic and the alkene bond is electrophilic, it's gonna go in that direction towards it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And then form that like semi like the ring. But it's oh, I forgot the name.
The last one was bromonium. This one would be
chloronium.
Chloronium, yes.
Okay.
With what form or charge?
Plus
Plus charge, yes. Let me make this a little bit more difficult by let's say let me add, because I want to add a chiral center here, because if there's no chiral center, we don't have to include stereochemistry. But stereochemistry is very important here, because what do you notice about the alcohol and bromine here? Are they syn or anti to each other?
Anti.
Anti. So this reaction here is specifically anti-addition, and you might get a conceptual question about that, like which one of the following reactions are syn addition, or which one of the following reactions are anti-addition, or which one of the following are Markovnikov addition, anti-Markovnikov
Right.
addition. So for each reaction you go through, think about the stereoselectivity of it, which means where the groups attach in space. It could be syn addition, or it could be anti-addition. You could also think about the regional selectivity of things, which means where the groups attach, like the more sub position, which is the Markovnikov addition,
Right.
or the less sub position, which is the anti-Mark addition, anti-Markovnikov addition. Okay. Yeah. So this reaction here specifically, if we focus on the alcohol, this is a Markovnikov addition because the alcohol attacked on the moist subposition. And if we think about the bromine and alcohol, it's an anti-addition because they're on opposite faces, opposite space. Okay.
Right.
So if I made that chlorine wedge, this methyl is going to be dash like that. Okay. What's the next step?
There's the chlorine is gonna come back, right? Or like the other one?
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
So
going to attack I know we said that in acidic conditions it goes on the more sub side, but I don't know if that's the case here.
yeah. So in this case, if you use chlorine, it doesn't matter if you use more sub or less sub, you get the same answer because you're gonna have chlorine on both carbons anyway. But that's when we have no competition of nucleophiles. Like CCl4 here is an aprotic solvent, so that's not going to compete with the Br minus. This is the only nucleophile present in this mechanism, in this reaction. But when we have a protic solvent like water or alcohol, that's going to compete with the Cl minus or X minus is going to compete with that protic solvent as a nucleophile. And do you
So we
remember
would
which
have
one is?
yeah, the alcohol would win over because there's a lot of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and also oxygen is less electronegative than halogen, and because it's less electronegative, it's more willing to give up its electrons and attack an electrophile. Right? Halogens are extremely electronegative, so they want to keep its electrons. They don't want to give it up. They don't want to attack an electrophile. Right. So since this alcohol here is going to win, and we're in acidic conditions, we're going to attack the more sub position, which is here. Break this bond, kick it onto that halogen. And what would the intermediate look like in the next step?
We would have one of it would switch from a dash to a wedge or like a wedge to a dash.
Wedge to a dash.
And then there would be another chlorine on the other, like the next bond over.
And what type of bond would that chlorine
Or
be?
sorry, yeah, alcohol. Sorry.
Oh, like this one? This one? Like the dash one right here?
Oh yeah, and then the chlorine would be on the other side because it flipped.
Right. On the other side, and what kind of bond will be attached to this chlorine? A wedge or a dash?
It would be a I want to say dash.
So if you look at this carbon right here, which is the carbon right here that we attacked, we broke this bond. That means that we're going to invert that bond into a dash, which is that dash right there. But if you look
Oh.
at this carbon right here, nothing touched that carbon, so
Oh, so it stays.
it stays as a wedge. Yes.
Okay.
Stays as a wedge like that. And because this is the oxygen that attacked that carbon, this is the oxygen right here. Right? And that would force the other methyl group to be a wedge. So now we have to draw what is attached to this oxygen, which is an ethyl group and a hydrogen like that. Right?
Whoa. Okay.
Because this is the alcohol that attacked that carbon, but specifically the oxygen atom of the alcohol is attacking that carbon. Right?
Oh,
This
okay.
oxygen atom here, you could think of it as the starred carbon, the nucleophile. This carbon here is the dot carbon, the electrophile. This is the starred atom. This is the dot atom. This is the new bond between the star and dot atom. The new bond between the nucleophile and electrophile.
I think that part makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we see that this oxygen here, the star, is attached to an ethyl group, which is this ethyl group here, and the hydrogen, which is that hydrogen right there.
Right.
Right. And can you think of a reason why I drew out that bond explicitly between oxygen and hydrogen? Because wait, before that though, what charge would this oxygen have? What form of charge?
Plus.
Plus charge, right? So why did I draw out this bond explicitly?
Um.
Think about what happens in the next step after we get this intermediate here.
Oh, we want to remove the charge.
We want to remove the charge, and how can we remove that charge?
Um. Oh, we have another alcohol come in, right?
Yep, we have another alcohol come in as a base to deprotonate that group. We're gonna grab this hydrogen, and then the reason why I drew out this bond explicitly is because that bond represents 2 electrons. Those 2 electrons are gonna go onto that oxygen, making it neutral.
Right, because we have to deprotonate.
Yes, deprotonate. We are deprotonating this group, which gives it a -1 charge to make it neutral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we could say plus minus here to see it racemic, but when we look at the non-nucleophilic example here, when the Br minus attacked that carbon, we get the final answer right away because this bromine here doesn't have a charge for us to deprotonate. It has a neutral charge already, so we get the final answer right away.
Mm.
But when we use water or alcohol, once we attach the water or alcohol onto the group, that oxygen will have a positive charge. So we need to do one more step, which is an acid-base step, to deprotonate it and neutralize it.
Oh, okay.
So there's always going to be more steps for the water and alcohol reactions with the Br2 or X2, because you have to think about what nucleophile wins, the X minus or the protic solvent, right? Water or alcohol.
Oh,
It is
okay.
always going to be the protic solvent, water or alcohol. But then once you have that, there's one more step at the end, which is deprotonation or neutralization of the positive charge. Right? So you're just bringing a second equivalent of the protic solvent. Okay. You want to do
Are you
one more?
saying that the water
Huh?
or you're saying that the water or alcohol has a like an additional step?
Yes, the water and alcohol will have an additional step compared to the reaction with no water or alcohol. When it's just Br2 and an aprotic solvent, that aprotic solvent does not interfere with the reaction, because when we have only this nucleophile present, there's no other nucleophiles like water or alcohol. Once we attach that nucleophile on, kick out that group or like break open the ring, we get our final answer right away. Right? Because
Okay, and the last step would be the deprotonation step?
not for this reaction, not for this reaction. We don't need to do any deprotonation for this reaction.
But the other one, yes.
Yes, the other one, yes. With
Okay.
water, or with alcohol. And the reason why we need to do deprotonation is to get rid of that positive charge, to make it neutral.
Okay.
Right. Let me give you one more example to go through, and we could move on to a different reaction.
Okay.
Okay, let's think about this one here.
Okay. I would say that we would have the alkene bond that's not in the ring to
Mhm,
um attack a bromine or like the Br2,
mhm,
and so one of them would make it electrophilic, and then it would kick off the other bromine, and then it would that bromine on the left would go back to that bond,
mhm.
and then I want to say it creates a ring, but I don't know how it would.
Mhm. So let's draw out like that backbone. Let's choose wedge again because that's like it looks neater in my opinion, the wedge. Um, let's draw the wedge like this. Put a bromine right there, and then that forces this isopropyl to become a dash like that.
Oh, okay.
And there's gonna be a positive charge on that bromine as well, like that.
Right.
There's no wedge or dash in the methyl here because the dash is gonna be that invisible hydrogen right there.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Should we still have the hydrogen there, or it's fine to have it stay invisible?
Yep. It's fine to have it stay invisible, but we know that that invisible hydrogen is dash because the wedge is taken and we already have two flat bonds. So there's only one bond left, which is the dash bond to the invisible hydrogen, but we can leave it as invisible.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then because we have an that's an alcohol,
And alcohol.
so we decide whether like there's competition. So either
Yep.
Br or like Br minus or
Mhm.
CH3OH, and we were saying that we would typically think that the Br would be preferred, but
Yep.
because there's so many of the alcohol
Mhm.
or like excess, then we would choose that instead.
Yes. Yes.
And also Br is less electrophilic,
Br is more electronegative.
or oh yeah, that
More
yeah.
electronegative, meaning that it wants to keep its electrons. It doesn't want to attack, making it less nucleophilic. Less nucleophilic.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Right. And that would make this the stronger nucleophile because there's a competition between nucleophiles here to attack this more subcarbon, and the alcohol or water would win over X
Right.
minus. Mhm.
So um we said that there was invisible, we know the oxygen um would it come in and grab a hydrogen?
Not yet. That's gonna be later on at the very end,
Oh
but
right, so it would go to the bromine.
to the bromine like this. So the bromine looks like the electrophile because it has a full positive charge, but we don't want to have bromine have three bonds because that's gonna give it a +2 charge actually. Um, but think of bromine
Oh,
as a leaving group, and these carbons here of the ring as electrophiles. Would it want to attack this carbon or this carbon?
oh right. The more subside,
More subside, which would be the left or right side?
left.
Left, attack that carbon. And which bond am I going to break next here as a result of attacking that carbon?
It would break, I think that wedge.
This wedge that is, there's two of them here, but we're gonna break this wedge right
That
here.
one, because that's where it attacks, so
Uh-huh.
it would break
Right.
that one off. But then
Mm-hmm.
the bromine that has that wedge would stay the same because it's it's left alone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. It will stay as a wedge just like that. It's left alone. Right. Where this bromine here of the ring is that bromine right there.
Right.
Okay. Now, what's gonna be here, and how is it gonna look like on that carbon now?
Um, that carbon is that's gonna have the change from a wedge to a dash?
Yep, that's the new bond that we formed to dash. What atom is going to be attached to that carbon?
The oxygen.
Yes, the oxygen, which is this oxygen right here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we would want to include the hydrogen explicitly because that's gonna be what we need for the last step.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we draw that bond out explicitly like that.
Yeah.
There's one more thing this oxygen is attached to.
The methyl?
Yeah, the methyl group, the R group. Last time it was an ethyl group, so before I could just draw like that. But it's kind of weird drawing the methyl group out like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put CH3 like that.
Okay.
If it was longer, like the propyl or ethyl, then we could just draw it in one line form. But if it's methyl, it's easier to see if it's CH3 like that, in my opinion. Right.
Okay.
And this oxygen with 3 bonds would have a positive charge.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing here on this carbon.
We have the other group, is it the propyl?
Isopropyl.
Isopropyl.
Uh-huh. And instead of a dash, we invert that into a
A wedge.
yes, yes.
Because it hits on that carbon, so that
Mm-hmm.
one was also affected.
Right. Mm-hmm. Everything on the carbon that gets attacked is inverted. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. That's the intermediate. Now there's one last step.
We have to deprotonate the positive charge from the oxygen. So we bring in another CH3OH.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it would grab the hydrogen and then that bond would kick it off to the oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would make it stable.
Yes. Stable and neutral. That's the well, to get full credit, make sure to put the symbol because his exams
Oh
count
yeah,
that as points.
racemic.
Yeah. Right. And it's the final product right there. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
Is that like the hardest that that kind of reaction or like mechanism would be?
Mm, the mechanism, yes, but not the final product. There's something tricky that could go on here. And let me show you that trick. Let's say we have this molecule right here, and we react it with Br2 and water. We do the same mechanism. Alkene attacks that carbon, kick out the other. I mean, alkene attacks that bromine, kick out the other bromine. At the same time, that bromine is gonna attack the other alkene, form that bromonium ion. Right. Positive charge. This methyl is dash. Now we have Br minus versus water as a nucleophile, and water would win because there's more of it, and oxygen is less electronegative than bromine.
Mhm.
Attack the Morse subposition, break open the ring. So this is what we did already, but I'm gonna show you the trick at the end here.
Okay. Also, question, when we do that step where we like show the comparison of Br minus and H2O, is it required to draw out both?
No, no, it's not required to draw out both. You just have to draw out water attacking that carbon. You don't have to draw out Br minus. If it was mechanism, it's safe. It's safe to draw out everything because this does get formed as a side product, and he might include that in the grading rubric, right?
Okay.
Because we kick out a Br, and it's safe to put that Br minus as a side product, like floating around somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if it's just a predicted product, you don't have to include that Br minus.
Okay.
Now, once we have something like this, we usually say the plus minus plus enantiomer racemic thing, but in this case, we can't do that because these are the two carbons that would get inverted, but this carbon here that is not part of the alkene at all, like there's nothing happening to that stereochemistry, that wedge right there. So there's a pre-existing stereocenter that never changes at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there will still be two different products here, which is going to be this right here.
Right,
Where
so it only is that like miso or like the
it's one of the other ones, not
one of those,
enantiomer, but
yeah,
it starts with a D.
diastereotype?
Yes, where some chiral centers change and some stay the same.
Right,
Diast.
di.
Yeah. 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 So he did put some of those questions in his exams previously, and a lot of people said plus minus
Oh.
here, but that's not correct. It's not plus minus. It's not enantiomer. It's diastereomers like that. Right. But you can't say plus diastereomer because there could be different types of diastereomers. You have to draw out what diastereomer specifically is formed.
Oh, okay. That's a really good point.
Yeah. he brings back some sneaky 118A
Yeah, cause
concepts.
yeah, cause he always emphasizes like the enantiomers,
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of makes it kind of like
Yeah.
a sneaky one, just
Sneaky
a
concepts.
little one.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Oh, let me send you access to the pre and post labs for 118B so you can save time studying for
Oh my
OChem.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. You get to see my grade scope, so that you can see my previous exams, all my lab, pre-lab, post-lab. Um, they might change some of the questions though, but I think majority should be the same.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Share to you.
Also, like, I don't know if you had Helix for who did you have?
For B and C, I had Nasiri.
Oh,
Yeah, I never had
fun.
Helix because Helix never taught OChem when I took it. Like it was just Levens
Uh-huh.
and Nasiri.
Oh,
And then Helix
yikes.
always taught the 8 series, and then he joined like the 118 series after like the series like was in probation, and then
Mm,
Helix took over the series ever
okay.
since then. Because I don't know if you heard about the Nisiri stories of how she got to probation
Yes.
multiple times.
Yes, I know.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. But like, cause I don't really know how I should be studying. I
Mm,
mean, like for his style, like I always
mhm,
refer to the AATC
mhm.
worksheets, but
Yeah.
like I don't know how to study for like how like his style of teaching or like what kind of I don't really know what to expect from him.
His exams, practice exams, are very similar to the actual
Okay.
exam. Uh, let's see. You get a no card for sure. So,
Yeah,
wait. Did I send you the note cards as well? Let me actually just send you the midterm 1, 2, 3 note card. Wait, actually, where is it? Do I have it here? Yeah. Yeah. Helix, like his exams are just very similar to his practice ones. Um, Let me actually upload the practice exams from previous quarters to the draft that you made, so that I don't
Mhm.
forget later.
Okay, I also got the what you sent just now, and thank
Uh-huh.
you so much.
Yeah, of course. Do you see my exams
That's gonna
over
come
there
in
as well?
clutch. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. For now, I'll send exam one, and then after exam one, I'll send exam two.
Okay.
Let's see. Archive. Let's see. I think this person posted all of it. And Mascal, he was a different professor. Like he only taught one quarter so far in Boise, and he didn't
Mhm.
come back.
Really?
Yeah. Have you heard of Mascal, that professor, Mascal?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But was there any like reason why?
Um, I think they didn't have any other professors to fill in, so they were just like contacting different people from the chemistry department
Oh,
to fill in the role to teach the class.
that's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a new professor this quarter to teach 118A, Cagley. She's teaching
Oh.
118B spring quarter, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I heard of that.
Hmm.
But like I don't know if there's any reviews. I heard someone was telling me because they couldn't get into 118B, so they were a little
Uh-huh.
bit nervous to take a new professor.
Oh yeah, the Cagley, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how she teaches, but I looked at her syllabus and it's like the exact same as Levin's. They do quizzes every 2 weeks.
Oh.
And there's no exams, no midterms. It's quizzes. Uh, and they have problem sets too, I think. So I think she got inspired or by Levin's how she did the
Mhm.
class. Okay. Uh, yeah, I just posted the exam ones to your folders. It's for you to look over.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, 1B doesn't have I don't have the blank copy for that. It's just the key, but I think you could like block it off
Yeah,
when you.
it's fine. I kind of just like need like a idea of like what to prepare myself for.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I think like reflecting on ways, like
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what to expect, and
Oh yeah, she's
I thankfully
unpredictable.
I passed. Yeah,
I know.
it was really bad, but I mean, I'm just glad I passed. But
Yeah, and she was
I
the closest to Nasiri too, because like she was the head TA for
yikes,
Nasiri for years. So you had
I
the Nasiri
know,
experience.
I know that was Nasiri 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to get a B because like I enjoyed the class. It
Hmm.
was just it was really hard
Unpredictable.
to yeah, I mean,
Hard
like
to study for. What to
midterm
expect.
yeah,
I
midterm one
know.
and midterm two were pretty like reasonable, but like
Hmm.
the final was
Final.
just like it was nothing similar to like midterm one or midterm two, and she said that it was gonna be similar.
Oh my gosh. It was a lot of
Yeah.
like the synthesis and spectroscopy that
Yes.
was hard, right? Because like you guys just learned about it and like not a lot of practice with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Did your sister have Fahrenheit or way?
She had Farhat, and Farhat
Oh,
is very like chill because I heard that his practice exams were the exact copy of his like actual exam. So if you did the practice, then you would
it's like
do
gonna be really
good.
easy. How
Easy,
did she
yes.
feel about it?
She said it's so good. She doesn't want to have Cagley next quarter because she doesn't think she could get into 1SB this quarter. She said she wants
Mm.
Farhat again because before it was Farhat teaching 1SB next quarter, but they changed it to Cagley.
So what's she gonna do?
I think she's been pretty sad because like she wanted Helix for what is in B, this
Oh.
quarter. She's number one on the waitlist right now, so I don't know if she can still get in.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
close.
Yes. Oh my God. What if like she does get in and then she's in your section because I don't know what section she's in.
Oh, that would have been. Wow, that's so
Yeah.
sad. I know. There was someone who was telling me that they were like number two on the wait list,
Oh
and they
my
were like
God.
so disappointed because they really wanted Helix, and like how you were saying that they're
Mm-hmm.
kind of scared to take a new professor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Are they
it's so
still
sad
on it?
because like yeah, they're still on it, but they
Oh
said
yeah.
they're gonna still stay for one more week
Yeah, this week,
and
right?
see
Because like
how that
after next
goes.
week, you're gonna miss so many labs. You have to make it up, and then
Mm-hmm.
like the exam is like the week after. And then if you don't go to lecture, then you're gonna like fall behind so much.
Yeah.
But this quarter, you're doing it differently, Alicia. Like you're going so ahead. Like were you doing it this last quarter too? Like were you going ahead like this?
Honestly, I
Uh,
I I wasn't part of the co-class,
oh,
and
in the ATC class, right? With Maria Jones or
yeah,
Edna?
but Edna.
Oh, Edna. Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah, but the thing was, I think it overlapped a lot with my classes. But the
Mm.
thing is, like, she also records her Zooms, which
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like look into until this quarter.
Mm.
Um, and then also, I think it was just I had a lot on my plate already, and I was just like
Yeah.
overwhelmed with OChem in general.
Wait.
Um, but I think it helps like prepare myself for the mechanism, so I'm not like confused during lecture.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think like my preparation is a little bit better now. Like I'm more
Mm-hmm.
organized.
Right. And you have more
And I'm
like
also
time to like do that because last quarter you probably like had too much on your plate. You didn't have
uh
time to
actually
uh,
I feel like I have more on my plate now
oh
because I'm taking bio
oh by like
B.
biz to B. I see. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm also finishing up my calc.
Oh yeah, yeah. 17C
So
or B?
yeah, 17C. So
17C.
it's pretty
Yeah.
easy for
Uh-huh.
calc right now,
Mm-hmm.
but
Do
like
you go to ATC
bio,
still? Like the drop in?
um,
Or not as much, like the drop
I
in?
plan to. Um,
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm kind of like trying to figure out like my schedule
Your
because
schedule.
it's a little bit all over the place, but like I'm still caught up, like we're on track with material. But
Yeah.
like I think the two labs are kind of what overwhelms me. But like BIS 2B labs, everyone says it's like light work, so
Mr. B
feeling
Lab,
not
I
that bad.
know. Yeah, it's stations as well. Um,
You're
yeah,
just counting plants or something like that.
yeah, plants. That wasn't the evolution one, right? Evolution is like this 2C, I think.
Yeah, we're learning about like biodiversity and
Oh, like natural
climate
selection.
and yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, Darwin and things like that. Oh my gosh. I took
but
that during
yeah.
the online COVID lockdown. So like I
Mm,
had notes like next to me when I took the exams. It was so easy.
you're so lucky. But like, did you even have lab?
I did, but it was online. Like the different
That's
stations were like
sad.
I think the different breakout rooms on Zoom.
What?
I know. I was burnt out that year because like I tried to take in a lot of units into 1 year as possible, and that's when I took OChem like over the
Hmm.
lockdown year. Um,
And
uh,
you had Missouri.
Necessary for B and C, Levens for A, but Levens was super fast paced. You already know she's fast paced from the regular quarter, but she was extra fast on the summer. Oh my god! And her exams
Yikes.
were 3 hours long, and it took me the whole 3 hours just to finish that exam. It was like so many parts. Oh my god!
Yikes. But you're saying you took her over the summer?
Over the summer, uh, I took 118A summer session 1 after my first year,
Oh, okay.
118B summer session 2 after my first year, and then fall quarter of my second year, like the first quarter back of this regular school year, that was the first quarter back in person, like 2021, fall 2021.
So you finished C off on a regular quarter?
Yeah, and in person too. That was the first quarter back in person for every class, for every like school. That was when the lockdown lifted. That fall 2021.
Oh. So it was like probably very fast paced for you for the first two.
Yeah, yeah. And it was I'm so glad I just did OChem because I didn't do any other class. I just did OChem for summer session 1, summer session 2. Uh
Hmm.
and it was all my focus that summer.
That's crazy.
I know. Right.
So, like, when you took, 118C, it was kinda did it feel slow?
118C, it felt a little bit more slow, but I failed the first midterm and I did below average for the first midterm. So
Oh.
I didn't drop the other classes, but I focused less on the other classes. I think I just took like Biz 2B. Oh no, Biz 2A that time.
Mm,
Uh, and psychology, and I did not focus on those classes at all. Like I just did what was necessary to pass, or like I
yeah.
didn't spend as much time. I spent all my time on 118C after that.
Oh.
But I made a comeback though, like midterm two and final. Like I I did well. I did pretty well on the second and
But that's
final
still very impressive that you did, the other 2 on a you said summer, like a summer
session
quarter?
one.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
summer
session
session
1?
one and two. One for A and summer session two for B.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dang. Let's see. Let's do some questions here for chapter 11, and then let's
Okay,
follow the session. I'll stop it when it gets to something that you don't know.
okay.
Wait, actually, let me look at these questions really quick. This one's good. Okay, it's just the first question. Everything else are alkynes and reactions that you didn't know, you didn't learn yet. Okay,
Ooh, okay.
yeah, just the first question, and then we should be good.
Okay.
Are you working or volunteering or doing anything in the quarter?
I am working, but it's just a regular job downtown. Um, I kind of didn't get the chance to look for internships yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would like to, or like to study abroad and finish up my bio series.
Mm-hmm. Study
So,
abroad? Like where would you want to study?
well, I'm kind of just taking up whatever was available for this upcoming summer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is Belgium.
Oh, Belgium, Belgium.
Yeah, so like I don't really know like really anything
Yeah.
like that I'm interested in, except I did do my research already for the scholarships,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty nice. There's like a huge atom figure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, let me see. Uh, uh-oh.
Well, 118A, 118A, think of the SN2, SN1, E1, E2 reactions. Think about what type of substrate it is, what type of base and
Right.
nucleophile it is, and then determine the reaction from there.
Okay. Um, but it's bulky too, right?
This one here, think of it
Or
as ethanol ethoxide. So it's just like a long chain, but it's unbulky. It's small. It's small.
okay, okay.
It's not turbotoxide or
Um,
LDA.
okay. Okay, I'm on. Mm, mm.
Oh,
Oh,
you got it.
what?
Let's
Yo,
go.
I kind of was thinking about that one the whole time, but I was like, it can't be.
Like, what was your thought
But like
process?
I know, well, the only thing I was just worried about was that if it was like bulky or not, because if it was bulky, it would go on the less substituted because it's too big, but it's small. So I know it's gonna go on the other side, and
Yep.
then I know that it'll kick off the bromine and then form the double the double bond
Yep.
right on that side. And so I kind of like eliminated the red one, the yellow one, and the other one.
Yes, you got it. You got it. And think about anti-periplanar transition state as well, because what if that
That
wedge
too.
methyl on the left was a dash instead?
Oh, wait, sorry?
Yeah. So think about the anti-periplanar transition state as well, because you know
Yeah,
how when we grab the hydrogen, it has to be anti or opposite to the leaving
that
group.
too.
In this case, it was.
Yeah.
So we could go through with the reaction. But if
Mhm.
that wedge on the left side was a dash, that would make that hydrogen a wedge, right?
Right.
And that hydrogen would not be able to be grabbed by the base and make a double bond, kick out the leaving group because it's not anti. And usually that's fixable because we could just rotate that single bond to like
Mhm.
change the configuration and make it anti. But in this case, we can't
Right.
rotate that single bond. Why can't we rotate that single bond?
Is it because it's is that after we react the CH3 CH2
No, this is
like
before. Like
before?
right, that single bond can't do rotation because it is part of a ring.
Right. Oh,
Right.
so the ring you can't rotate. No,
Mhm.
or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
you
like
can't rotate rings. You can't rotate double bonds, triple bonds, or rings.
oh,
Right.
okay.
So if the wedge was a dash, um, you can't make a double bond right there. You would have to make a double bond on the right side, which would be the red answer if the methyl
Right.
was a dash. Right.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So you're
But
saying
in
that
this case,
it would have been possible if like um if it was the other way around, if it was instead of a wedge to a dash?
yeah, if it was a dash instead of a wedge, like the methyl on the left side, then the answer would be the red answer.
Oh,
But that methyl would be a dash, right?
right.
But if it wasn't a ring, then you would have to rotate it and do some more stuff. Like make it anti. You can make anti. Like for example,
Right.
um, if it wasn't a ring, where let's say we have this good leaving group here, bromine, and let's say this is a dash methyl like that, and we react it with NaOH and water.
Mhm.
We would want to grab this hydrogen here because that's the more substituted one, which will make the more stable double bond. But
Yeah.
this hydrogen is not anti to that leaving group,
Oh,
right? So we can't grab that hydrogen
right.
because it's not anti to that leaving group. We have to rotate that single bond, which
Okay.
is going to look like this. This is going to stay the same. Bromine is going to be, let's say, down here now. Like I'm swapping this bromine in methyl group's place like that. Right. The methyl is now up here. The bromine
Oh,
is not down
okay.
here. But when I did that, that inverts the wedge to a dash like that.
Yeah.
And now we see that this hydrogen is anti to that leaving group. So we could grab that hydrogen now, make a double bond there, kick out the leaving group to give us this final answer here, like that. Right.
But then you were saying that like for rings that they don't rotate. So then how would it make it the other answer possible?
Yeah. So the other answer I meant was going to be like this right here, where the methyl is a dash. Right. But like if the methyl was a dash, on the left side, the red answer would be this one right here, right? Because if I have the same problem, which is going to be this one. No, actually, yeah. What I was saying, this one. Let's do this one, bromine, and this one right here, and react it with the small base right there. This is the hydrogen that we're interested in that's more substituted, but we can't grab that hydrogen because it's not anti to the leaving group right there.
Right.
Right. And usually we would fix it by rotating that single bond, but we can't rotate that single bond.
Right, so then would that mean that, let's say it was that way where the positions were different, like the wedge would be a dash, right? Would that mean that if there was an option for, like, no solution, would that be the answer, or would the red
Uh-huh.
one be? Because you said that there's no
Yeah.
rotation on a
Yeah.
ring.
There's no rotation, so because that hydrogen is not available, there is another beta hydrogen that is anti to the
Mhm.
leaving group, which is this beta hydrogen right here, the less subposition.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Right, like that. Boom, 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 and give us this answer right there, like that.
Okay.
But
What was that one of the answers?
one of the answers was the closest one is the red one, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, but the red one was wrong because the beta hydrogen on the left is anti to the leaving group, so we would
Yeah,
be able to grab that beta hydrogen that is anti to that leaving group.
okay.
Right.
So when we check for something like this,
Mhm.
we mostly wanna, like, when we, I guess, attack, we wanna see if we can do that by seeing if they're anti,
Yeah, if they're anti, and you would look for
because the
that
leaving
because
group has to be, like, the opposite.
yeah, the leaving group has to be anti to the beta hydrogen, and that's when they give you stereochemistry.
Okay.
Yeah, like wedge or dash. If they
Mm.
don't give you stereochemistry, then you don't have to worry about that anti-periplanar transition state. You could assume that it's anti if they just give you flat bond, right?
Oh, okay.
hmm
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this is more for 118A, like the anti-periplanar transition state. Once you do like E2 for synthesis for the alkenes 118B, 118C, you can assume that it is like anti because they're most likely going to give you flat bonds now. 118A was more
Right.
specific about the anti-periplanar stereochemistry and those like little details.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
hmm Yeah. You should
You
become
did,
a
yeah.
tutor when you finish OChem, Alicia.
Oh, I wish, but I mean, I got a C for
But she-
waves.
it's okay. It's okay. You just email them and say, "I want to become a tutor." They know that you in.
I mean, I would want to, cause like
Uh-huh.
we can always use more OChem
Yeah, I
tutors.
know. You have to take like the MCAT too, right? Like the
Yeah,
but
I'm
MCAT, the
actually really
OChem
scared.
section is not that big. Like this, it's more heavy on biochem.
Mm. Yeah, I heard it's like, I mean, I haven't really looked into it, but I mean, I heard that it's like Gen Chem, right?
Yeah, for the MCAT or biochem.
Um, the MCAT.
The MCAT, there's Gen Chem, biochem, OChem,
Oh,
physics, cars, which is like the English reading section,
whoa.
psychology, sociology.
Oh my gosh. That's so
Yeah,
many.
I know it's a lot of subjects, a lot of subjects.
I don't know why
People take
I feel nervous already.
gap year to like study for it and do other like
Yeah.
extracurriculars. And OChem
Was
is
that
not
what
a
you
big
did?
section. I used like I was a pre-med before. Like I was registered to take the MCAT and I studied for it. I did practice exams. Um,
Yeah.
but then I switched to chiropractic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So before when
Was
I was
there like a
pre-med.
reason why? Or
Yeah, I worked
was
as
it
an
because of the MCAT?
it got a little bit overwhelming, like the MCAT, the
Oh.
extracurriculars, the things. But then I know some friends who are like taking gap year right now just to take those extracurriculars, and study for
Mm-hmm.
the MCAT, take the time with it. But I worked as an EMT and I saw like a lot of like patients with like musculoskeletal issues. So
Oh.
that
Uh-huh.
got me into looking into different fields, and I found chiropractic, and then it's also very convenient
Wow.
because like it's so close to my house here.
Right. I mean, that's still really cool though. I
hmm
mean, yeah. I I'll yeah, I'll probably take that gap year and then like lock
Yeah.
in and study and then probably do some other things.
Yeah. I know a friend right now. They're taking 2 gap years. So you can definitely take your time with it to get into med school. He's
I
studying
would
abroad
probably be a
too.
little nervous. Like, yeah, that too. I mean, I hope
Yeah.
so.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how my family would feel about like me taking 2 gap years.
Mhm.
I mean, I know my mom, all she wants me is to just like graduate college,
Mhm.
but of course, there's more. Like you have to get a job, of course, but
Yeah.
like you don't want to rush either.
Right, right. Because like if you rush and it's like not feasible, like you're gonna stress yourself out.
Yeah.
it's very hard getting straight in after graduation, like med school.
Oh,
It's very hard. Because you would have to do a lot of extracurriculars, get letters of rec,
that
MCAT,
too.
you know. And do you know any professors that you're gonna ask? Like any are you close with any professors?
No, I mean, if anything, Enderly, but I mean, I didn't. I always attended his office hours and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I mean, I tried answering questions, but like, well, I don't even know. I mean, he signed my Enderly reader,
Oh, you said you
but
didn't
that's
read it?
about it.
And you saw a Wiley too, right? Like, with that, like, did he always go
Yeah.
with you?
hmm
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, and
God.
I didn't even know Wiley at the time. Like, I remember I remember that one time that he was like already chapters ahead, and
Oh my
I remember
God.
him asking a question. I was like, dang.
And were you in the Gen Chem Discord server too? Like was he flat? Like always like active in those
Yes,
servers?
yes. I didn't even know who that was. I didn't even know what he looked like.
Oh my God. But when you found out, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I got a match a Discord name with the face.
Yeah. It's
That's
interesting.
funny. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Dang. Okay, so I'm gonna end episode here, Alicia. But it was fun
Okay.
talking to you. I was
Yeah, it was fun. It was very chill.
yeah.
It's surprisingly there wasn't like a lot of people, but like I guess what you were saying, like people normally come towards like midterms
Midterm
season.
season. Yeah. Because uh they don't worry about it until like the week or even like days before the midterm. Right now they're chilling.
Yeah.
They don't want to even think about OChem.
Yeah, I mean like I know I have a better professor now, but like I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, like avoid like just pushing it back until like the midterm, you know.
Yeah.
That's so good. Because you're better than me. Like, when I took OChem, like I always procrastinated. Like
But
you're
then
so
again, like
ahead of it.
you were taking it during a summer
Oh,
session, so that's
yeah.
even like technically you weren't.
Yeah, I know. It forced me to. It forced me
Yeah,
to focus on it.
that's impressive.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying. So I
Mhm.
mean, thanks for still being here, even though there's like not a lot of people showing up yet.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Like I have fun, like just tutoring, talking to people,
Yeah,
like, keeping my OChem like knowledge like up to date, current.
that's good though. That's like probably a good reason why I should be a tutor. So I can like keep
Yes.
that information ready for like the MCAT or whatever.
Right, right. And ATC, the minimum hours is 6 a week, 6 hours a week. So
Oh, that's good.
you could do like two for 3 days, like Monday,
Uh-huh.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like you'll be done
Yeah.
with the requirements. You could always take more, but the minimum is 6 a week.
Yeah, I think just the one thing that I get scared of is um
The
like
time commitment.
I that too, but like kind of like wanting to teach it in a way that people will get it. Like how you teach it. Like
Oh no, no, don't
you
worry because I wasn't like this when I started tutoring. When I started tutoring, people
Oh.
avoided me because I did not know how to teach. I taught them the wrong thing, and like they gossiped about me. They're like, "Don't go to that tutor." I was the worst tutor when I first started.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Really?
Yeah. Yes, I was, and then I was so nervous too. I
Oh.
wasn't like confident at all. I always asked other tutors for help. I was like shaky, nervous.
Ah,
I did not look forward to the tutoring sessions at all. Like I did not look forward to my shifts, because like I knew I was gonna have a bad day.
I feel like that would be me.
Yeah.
I mean, at least at first. But I mean,
At
I
first,
guess like but you got used to it and like
yeah.
you learned from that. So,
And don't worry
yeah.
because there's tutors that will be there to help you as well, and also you could always ask the tutees to check their notes and just let them know that you have to review the notes and like they won't like if you're honest with it then they won't mind, but if you like try to like to teach them when you don't know anything then that's
Uh-huh.
that's when it
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me. So like, I feel like that's something I could work on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess like my social skills and like just
Mm-hmm.
talking to people.
Right. Like my social skills, like I feel like it improved as a result from just tutoring, like
Oh,
talking to
that's
people.
really good.
Yeah. So that it'll be a good like plus for you too, you know.
Yeah. I mean, right now I work at Chipotle.
Oh, Chipotle. Oh,
So
with
like,
Jacob, like
uh, oh yeah, I saw him.
he works there too.
Yeah.
He's the head tutor right now for OCAM.
Wait, is that him? I
Yeah,
don't know if
the
I've
guy with
met.
the glasses, Jacob
Yeah, yeah,
Stambell.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's it. That he's the head tutor for OCAM right now.
yeah. That's crazy. I remember I saw him at work, and then I saw him tutoring. I'm like, is that him? I'm like,
That's
dang, he's working two jobs.
yes, that's him. That's him.
Oh, that's crazy. I
He
mean,
gave
he never helped me for a question because like I
oh
never showed up at like his hours, but like
yeah.
I saw him there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dang. He gave
Yeah,
Aniket, the other tutor that you know that talks to
yeah.
you, a free Chipotle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when you come, probably
Uh-huh.
uh I can give you free Chipotle.
Oh yes. On the house. I'll
Yeah.
let you know. I'll let you know when I'm on Davis.
Yeah, what's your order?
My order is usually like a burrito bowl. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know the specifics of what's in it yet because I usually order on the app and like
Yeah.
just choose the stuff there. So I'll
Do
have
you
to
get like,
see.
but what meat do you like to get? Like the chicken, steak?
Yeah. I'll show you actually. Let me get the app out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, they've been giving me more hours lately, so
Mhm.
it's been pretty nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see read this.
Um, oh, okay, it's showing. Oh, steak bowl. With brown rice, pinto beans, the pico, chili corn. Oh, okay. That's very simple. I'll give you
It's
extra
basic. I
steak.
know it's so basic.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, you gotta put me on, Elysia, because I don't know
but I
what
mean,
else is there to order in Chipotle. I just kind of chose a basic thing. Like you gotta recommend me something
oh, I mean,
Chipotle.
I do really like their bowls, but like we have the Chipotle honey chicken. And it's like it's pretty popular. It's like our special meat compared to like I think there's another meat that other Chipotle sell, but we don't have.
Uh-huh.
But like our chicken is actually really good.
Mhm.
Um, I've been experimenting every time I like show up to work and I just like figure out like what's my go-to.
Your
But
go-to?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh
that's
my
which
gosh.
one. As long as it's like not a double wrap burrito, because I'm still struggling to fold those.
Yeah,
'Cause,
and it like falls
yeah, those are so
everywhere.
hard. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like you get a burrito bowl, lifestyle bowl, quesadilla, salad, taco,
I get
like
the bowl
oh the bowl,
or,
yeah.
like or the salad because I really like the, vinaigrette. I
Hmm.
tried that. I never knew what that was, even,
Oh
like,
my god.
when I didn't work there, and then I
Yeah.
tried it, I'm like, "This is, like, actually pretty good." So,
Oh my
like,
god.
I get that every single time.
Oh my gosh. Like talk about this. It's making me hungry. It's like right now.
Oh my I know, me too. I mean, like, I'm surprised, like, by now, the amount of times I think I worked, like, 5 times last week. Or,
Five
like,
times
4
a
times
week.
last week. Like, I think I worked 4 times, but it was, like, split into, like, 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
But I'm surprised that, like, I haven't gotten bored of Chipotle yet. Cause
Oh
like,
my
I
god.
don't know, like, it's very, easy to, like, find different things to try out, and it still tastes good.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of students, like UC Davis students, go there, huh?
Yes, a lot. Like, a good couple of people, like, that I recognize, like, either, like, their tutors, like,
Uh-huh.
AATC, or, like, they're
ATC.
just students, or, like,
Yeah.
well, like, people I knew from, like, high school that,
Oh
like,
my
went to
god.
yeah,
They
it's
recognize you
crazy.
too? They say hi?
Um, I don't really talk to them,
Oh my
but,
god. Oh my
it's, like,
god.
kinda awkward, but, like,
Yeah.
it's, like, whatever.
Yeah. But when I come Davis, I'm gonna let you know. I will come
Yes.
visit.
Yeah, I mean, even if I'm like not on my shift, like I get it's only like $7 for a meal,
Mhm.
which is like relatively cheap because what a bowl is like
Yeah.
13 or like 14 depends.
What time do they close on Saturday?
I think we close at like 11.
Oh, 11 p.m.? Oh, that's so
Yeah,
perfect.
something like that.
Because for this quarter's final review sessions, maybe we can go there. Like me, you, Wiley,
Yes.
my sister.
Like I'm actually down.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like preparing myself like ahead of time so I'm not like, I
Hmm.
leave like after the session.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
right,
could
right.
actually like chill out.
Yeah, yeah, because the last quarter was kind of last minute. And this
Yeah,
time, like last quarter, yours was the first review session, and then after that was like 118C. Uh,
yeah.
but this quarter it's 118A first, and then the second session is 118B. There's no 118C this
Mm-hmm.
quarter. So
Well,
like right after our final review session, we could just like head to the Chipotle, so it works out. You don't have to
whoa,
wait for the other final review session.
that's crazy. Wait, so is there no one that you know that is in 118C?
No, no,
Or
there's no 118C class offered this quarter.
oh,
It's just 118A and
oh,
118B this quarter. For winter quarter, it's always 118A and B. There's no 118C winter quarter.
really?
Yeah, this is
I did
two
not know that.
classes every quarter. 118A is always 118A and 118C. There's never 118B in fall quarter. For
What?
winter quarter, this quarter, it's always 118A and 118B. No 118C this quarter. For spring quarter, it's always 118B and 118C. No 118A spring quarter.
That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
I feel like that makes sense, but I didn't know that.
I know. I think for Gen Chem, like, did they offer two ABC every quarter?
Um, I I think so,
Oh, dang. Oh my
but I
god.
think it's because it's like OChem. OChem is like different in many
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah, yeah. Like they don't make the final exams together.
Yeah.
Oh, do you hear about the Duum and what was his name? Longacre beef?
There's beef? Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
heard.
I heard I think I showed up to like one of these sessions and someone said it, but then I didn't even know what was up.
Like the final review sessions, all the professors write them together, and then Duum was asking or emailing Longacre to send his practice exams to her so that she could
Uh-huh.
post it to her Canvas. And she sent him multiple emails, multiple follow-ups, but Longacre didn't reply at all. And then there's a big Discord server, and Duum students got the Longacre exams on the other Longacre students from the Discord,
Yeah.
and then Doom students let Doom know, and then Doom like told her students that Longacre has been like ghosting her, like not replying to her.
I heard of that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then like on the
That's
day of the
funny.
final, Longacre like sent her the final practices, and then Doom said she was so upset. I heard.
Wow.
I
That's
know.
shady.
Yes, and I heard like somewhere, I don't know where I heard this one, but Longacre is like not teaching anymore.
Oh, I think I heard that. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's true though.
yeah. What the
But I
heck?
mean, I had Longacre for the spring for the summer or not spring, summer. The
Uh huh.
summer session in I think one. Where
Yeah.
we take
Uh huh.
Chem 2C, but he wasn't that bad. Like I know he's not a good lecturer, but like
Hmm.
his exams are very identical and
Yeah.
he's a pretty chill guy.
Right. Like it's very true. Like I had it for 2C as well for like
Mhm.
some quarter. Someone gave me like I never saw him in person though. Like I never knew what he looked like because he never showed his camera on Zoom.
Oh. Uh-huh.
But someone last quarter in the final review session in 19 A's, they gave me like this sticker. Like I don't know if you know about this sticker. Wait, where is it? Right here.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I think was it you that showed me? I forgot. Someone had that on the Discord.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Like,
they had another picture of him too, which I
it's-
thought was funny.
oh my god! Like after the review session, someone just came up and gave me that sticker. I had no idea who that was, and I was like, it's like
Yeah,
oh my
I
god,
was
that's
surprised.
funny.
But yeah, but I mean, and people were saying that like when they asked questions, he didn't really answer. But I
Hmm.
feel like when I attended the class and like listened to other people ask like certain questions, like he seemed pretty knowledgeable about it. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Why?
he's very chill. Like I like the way he lectures as well. Like he writes
Yeah.
it down so that you have time to like copy
That
him
too.
and write notes.
Yeah.
Other professors
I
like have the
know.
slides and they talk so fast. Uh,
I know that was also like I kind of liked that because it was like a summer session, but he still gave those like minute breaks.
right. But do you think they were detailed enough for like the final? Because I know the final is not just him, but it's other professors like Enderly and Dulam,
Um,
Gulakar. Like, did you think he
well,
prepared you well for that final? The
the like the spring one that shared.
oh is summer like not
The
like
summer one was just him.
the summer final was
So
just him?
it was very identical, just like how everyone else was saying. So I was
Yeah.
like, it's crazy because like I knew what I was doing. Like I understood the material, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting an A
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
in
Congrats.
yeah long acres.
Uh-huh.
But like for Enderle's, I barely failed, but it was because his exams, they're known to be like really hard.
Really hard. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of really like I was really bummed out, but I
Did you have
mean,
one in A? I mean, not one in 2A and 2B with an Enderly?
I had 2B and 2C, and then I had 2A with Gulacar and for 1B with Gulacar.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Yeah, so I
Uh-huh.
mean, I don't know why, like I barely passed with Enderly and like 118 and 118, 2B, but
Right.
like I don't know why I thought, because like I knew his exams were hard, but
Mm-hmm.
I really liked his teaching style,
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like
but I didn't think smart of it.
he's famous. Like I saw an Instagram like reel of him. Like and there's a meme and he like got viral. Like
Oh,
recently.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like
It was like,
PKA P Diddy.
yeah, yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my
He's
god.
actually viral.
Yeah.
Like, not only is he on like several TED Talks, but TikTok, like TikTok, literally like TikTok content.
I know. Oh, he makes TikToks too. He has a TikTok account.
Well, no, he doesn't, but like he
Uh-huh.
got viral from the
Oh,
TikTok,
yeah, yeah,
and
TikTok.
then I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it got moved to the like Instagram reel. Yeah,
I wish I had him for Gen Chem. Like I wish I knew like how he was like how he taught.
he was actually yeah he was a really good professor, and like he did the demos, which was like
Oh
very engaging, and like everyone was just like interested, or he did like little puns here and there and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And like even when people like were asking questions, he actually like answered, or like he would go around and like take a
Uh-huh.
break, and then he would answer questions if people had
Oh
any. Or like
yeah. Like it's just like Helix, right? Because like, do you go to Helix in person lectures or do you just watch the recordings?
in person.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you notice how he like also like is very calm. He leaves time at the end for you to practice, and he goes around the room for you
Oh
to.
yeah. Yeah, I think the last lecture, that was like the first time I saw him go around the room, but that was because like that was his first like official lecture.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's pretty understandable. I think
Yeah.
his voice is a little bit monotone, but
Right,
like
right,
it's
right.
it's not as bad as other professors,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's very calming, very
And
calm.
he's clear too.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah,
Yes, in my opinion, he is the best outcome professor.
really.
Well, like, in terms of like the grading, yes. In
Mhm.
terms of the grading,
Okay. That's kind of good to
um,
hear then.
mhm. Well, there's another professor that might be easier than him, but he barely teaches. It's very rare. It's Beal, like Beal.
Oh,
Um,
Beal.
he's teaching 128 right now, but then whenever he teaches, so like his exams are easier than Helix. He's the
Mhm.
is the easiest one. Right.
But is Helix is pretty easy?
Yeah, Helix is pretty easy. The first midterm for sure, but don't let that sneak up on you because his final averages are like 60. Like it gets lower, like
Oh.
60 or 70, and then his midterm one is like around 80, I think, 70 to 80. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so the first midterm is pretty easy, but then the second one's hard.
Yeah, it gets harder. Well, second midterm is actually the best one. Third and the final is the hardest one. The third midterm and the final is the hardest one for sure. Definitely. Like the final is like 60%, 50% average. Yeah. But
Yikes, it's kind
get
of
that get
scary.
that like as soon as possible. Get there to there as soon as possible because
Yeah, lock in.
monitoring B, I don't know if you heard, the last 2 weeks is always crammed. Like all professors always cram it, and people don't have time to study
Oh,
for it. Like the last 2 weeks of monitoring B and A, like you kind of felt an A, right? Because of the alcohol synthesis spectroscopy, it's gonna be
yeah.
something like that, but with more mechanisms for B. Um,
I think with Edna's like co-class, I
mhm,
feel like that would like very much prepare me for the mechanisms, even though like it'll be crammed. Hopefully.
mhm. Yeah. How often are her co-classes?
They're Monday and Wednesday.
Uh huh. Monday.
From I think 10, no, sorry, yeah, 10 to 11:40. But like when it comes to, I have a class at 11 o'clock, so I kind of cut it short, but then watch the lecture later, or like
Mm-hmm.
the video later.
Oh, it's in person.
No, it's Zoom.
Zoom. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
but
I see.
like it's, yeah, she explains things pretty well. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just good for like practice, or like just to really force myself to practice.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Right.
Like, it almost feels like a class. Like,
Mhm, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Are
feel
there
like,
content review sessions or no, not anymore?
um, I'm not really
Uh-huh.
but, like, she breaks it down into,
Yeah.
topics, so
Uh-huh.
it's really helpful, and she also, like, does, pre-recordings, so, like, sh not
Mm.
only does she, like, attend the Zooms, but she has the videos in advance of, like, the same exact material that she'll cover,
Right,
which I
right,
think is
yeah.
very helpful, and, like, she has
Oh,
just
it's one is
she's
in B, right? One is in B?
yeah, mhm.
I went to her workshops in one is in B, and my notes
Oh.
are from her. Her notes.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, that
Right,
is cool.
right,
Cause like,
right. I just realized that like my all my notes I use for one is in B is from Edna.
that's crazy.
Like how she goes over the regional selectivity, stereo selectivity, and all those things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me, I think like the first thing that she was saying about like a double bond, like carbon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was saying like you imagine the like the pi in sigma bonds to be like a
Uh-huh.
burger.
Oh, like a oh really? Wait, what was that? Sorry.
Yeah, she was like, I think she was talking about like how um I think the is it the electronegativity, like, between the pi bonds, or, like, the strength between the pi bonds
Mm.
versus,
Mhm.
the sigma bonds, and, like, the sigma bonds are, like, the end-to-end overlap, and, like, it's
Mhm.
less
Mhm.
reactive, and it's, like, held more tightly together
Yep.
versus, like, a
Yep.
pi bond is, like,
Mhm.
side-by-side overlap,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and, like, it's more reactive. So I think
Mhm.
she was saying something about, like, something about the burger. I guess, like, the pi bonds is, like, the burger bun,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and then, like, the meat is, like, the sigma bonds.
Oh, wait. I think wait. Let me share my screen really quick. I, I,
Yeah,
I
cause
have
she
that. I
said
have that.
something like that, I'm like, "That makes so much sense." I don't know how.
Wait. Hold on. I need to show you this.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this up first. 118 B. This one right here. Okay. Zoom. Share screen. This one. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The burger.
the burger.
The burger right here. I drew it out too.
Wow.
Oh my god, this is like so long ago. But like, oh my god, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
have
It's right
mine
here. Pi
too.
bond, sigma bond.
It's actually kind of funny.
Oh my god. Was it like this this format as well? Like the her work.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally how mine is right now. That's crazy. Well, at least I know that, like, if I keep it up, you know,
Yes.
I'll be just like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then if you get, I don't know, if you get some experience from ATC, maybe I could hire you. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see in the future.
Yeah, a
Like
lot of practice.
yes. Hmm. Uh-huh.
Well, thank you so much
Hmm.
for tonight.
Yeah, no
It was
worries,
nice to
Elisa.
talk. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
I
was.
saw that you have like other events or like you added more things to your calendar.
Oh, I did. Yes. So Monday to Thursday is always that regular 9 to 10 p.m. office hours, free
Yeah.
office hours. Friday I never had free office hours, but this quarter I'm adding like exclusive office hours, which would be like
Mm-hmm.
$99 for like lifetime access for
Yeah, I
AP
saw
and
that.
CA.
I was
So that's
interested.
just like when it gets busy in the
Uh-huh.
free office hours, people who want like more like one-on-one time or less people, then they could get into those Friday study halls.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
uh, but sometimes I don't know, I might not be able to make it on Friday, so I might have to like look for
Yeah.
someone to take over or like cancel it and let people know
Mm-hmm.
ahead of time. Uh,
Yeah.
Saturday is like a podcast that I and this guy named Brian. I don't know if you know him. He's a high school student that found my school community through like
Mm.
searching YouTube or like searching the school community. And then he's not in Oakham yet. He's in high school. He's taking like AP Chem right now. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but then he found me in May of 2024. And then like he
Mm-hmm.
just comes to join and talk about life. Like he doesn't talk about chemistry. He
Oh.
doesn't talk about OChem. And he asked me for advice, my high school advice, college advice,
Uh-huh.
and like how to like be productive and stuff like that. And then I remember he always waits for the end of the office hours where everyone leaves, and then like he always vents to me, and like he's just he like
That's
looks forward
actually sick
to those office
though. That's
hours. I know.
cool.
So that gave me the idea to like start the podcast with him and Wiley
Mm-hmm.
Flat, because like he is like shows up sometimes, and he's like he's down to do the podcast too.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
yeah, so anyone can join. So like if you're interested, you could like join
Uh-huh.
too. There's a Discord,
Yeah.
and then like
Uh-huh.
you could join, and then we could like talk more about that.
Oh,
Uh,
that would be cool.
yeah,
So
there's
you just like just talk about life or like
Mhm. Yeah,
just anything?
there's anything, but I'm organizing it in three segments. The
Uh-huh.
first segment is like the grounding start, where like everyone talks about like what they're grateful for the week or the day,
Mm-hmm.
how they're feeling today, or how they feel about the week, and what their plan is for the upcoming week. Because it's every week, like the podcast is every Saturday morning. Right.
Yeah.
And then the second part is weekly reflections, where we just talk about what happened in our week, what insights or experiences we got,
Mm-hmm.
any quotes that we read that we wanted to talk about in the podcast, um,
Mm-hmm.
stories that we want to talk about. And then the third segment is a random variable segment where I have spin the wheel tool online where I share my screen, and it's gonna talk about different topics or games for us to
Wow.
yeah.
That sounds insane. I'll have to stop by sometime.
Yes, yes. Whenever you can, we would love to have you there, Alicia.
Yeah. I'm
Uh-huh.
actually I mean, I would this weekend, but I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh, shoot. Are you gonna get high?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Actually kind of like looking forward for it. It's just
Yeah.
like I hope I recover enough to show up for my labs. Cause like
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my
bio you get one drop to lab, but OChem it's like really hard to like make up for it. You have to like
right.
contact so many TAs, which I've
Yeah.
experienced that before and it was not fun.
Not fun, stressful. It sounds like it's so stressful. Like oh my
Yeah.
yeah. Dang.
But like do you think like I could probably show up like the day after like I get my wisdom teeth taken out? Cause like I don't know how it feels and like I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean like for bio I think it'll be safe.
Yeah.
OChem I have the day after,
Uh-huh.
like the so I guess 2 days after.
Just after, right? Just YOLO.
Do you
Just
think like
show up. If you're high, just show
yeah?
up high. it,
Yeah, that's
it'll be funny.
definitely that's safe. That's safe. Yeah. Like I'll be on my
I'm just
scooter
kidding.
too.
uh,
That's crazy.
yeah. But for bio, you get an excused lab. Like you don't have to make it up, or you have to make it up later for that lab.
There are no makeups. It's just like a dropped.
Oh,
Like
drop. Oh,
one
sure.
your
So
lowest your yeah.
yeah, yeah. You should. Oh, your lowest one gets dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
So
thinking, like, if I ever wanted to, like, take the advantage of, like, having like, first either purposefully missing or I happen to have a really bad lab, like
right. I know, and then
and
it's
then
not.
that gets
You want to
dropped.
save that low drop for just in case you do
Yeah, that's what I'm
more
saying.
on the lab. Like I was like, oh
Like, I
shoot,
don't
like
really wanna waste it, like, I mean, I could still get credit for, like, showing up,
yeah.
like,
Okay, like,
after.
well, let me know how you feel after your wisdom teeth, and then
Yeah, I'll let you know.
yeah, and then if you feel like okay, then you should definitely go so that you save that lowest score
Yeah,
drop
I'm really hoping I could just thug it out,
to go out. I
hopefully.
know.
Yeah, wish me luck.
Yes, good luck, Elisa. Good luck.
Okay, have a good night,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, good night,
Thank
Elysia.
you.
No worries. Bye. Good
See
night.
ya.
See
Good
ya.
night.